Hello and welcome to the Study Travel TV studio in London. I'm Nicola Hancox.
And I'm Jenny Fennelly, bringing you the latest news stories.
So the top headlines this week: US senators urge repeal of new unlawful presence rule for students.
UK changes and regulations discussed at independent HE event.
And the English studio launches junior programmes in Dublin.
And much more as well, so starting in the US.
Yes, indeed we are. A group of 18 Democrat senators in the US have called on the US Citizenship and Immigration Service to rescind recently introduced rules on international student overstays.
They claim new rules introduced earlier this year that mean that students accrue unlawful presence as soon as they are no longer studying could cause serious harm to international students in the USA and would unnecessarily punish minor or technical violations of immigration status.
The group of senators, which includes Bernie Sanders, said the US competes in a global economy and that this and other new rules made the US less attractive to international students.
The letter follows an ongoing legal challenge by 4 institutions in North Carolina that question the legality of the new rules, which can bar entry to students that accrue more than 180 days of unlawful presence.
At the Independent Higher Education, or IHE, conference in the UK this week, delegates heard that there is confidence among MPs for support for the recently released All-Party Parliamentary Group for International Students recommendations for international education growth, with the forthcoming Immigration White Paper presenting an opportunity.
Universities Minister Sam Gyimah spoke at the event and said he was lobbying internally for immigration settings that supported growth in international students, admitting the UK was losing out to competitor destinations.
Also at the event, IHE presented research claiming that registration with the new Office for Students was disproportionately expensive per student for small specialist providers. The office said it was trying to create a level playing field with opportunities for alternative providers.
Over in Ireland, the English studios announced the launch of young learner programmes in Dublin for 2019, available for 12 to 17-year-olds and delivered at the school's Wolfe Tone Street city centre campus.
James Birrell, managing director, said they were thrilled to be adding juniors in Ireland to their UK offer and said it was a decision supported by growing demand from their partners.
And now for a roundup of some of the other stories this week. The Italian city of Milan is aiming to increase international students and could double its total if it provides more English talk courses and purpose-built student accommodation, according to the Class of 2020 think tank, which presented plans for the regeneration of former rail yards in the city into education and student housing hubs.
Interesting. Australia has announced changes to its working holiday maker visa, which it said are designed to support regional and rural communities by increasing time that visa holders can stay. English Australia said it welcomed any move that encouraged international visitors, but said it would prefer an increased age cap for Irish and Canadian applicants to apply to other markets.
The Korean Justice Ministry is considering adding a minimum language proficiency requirement for students from 26 nations applying for a language study visa, including China and Vietnam, due to fears of overstaying. Ji-ho Kim of Lexis Korea told Study Travel magazine he didn't think the policy would materialise, but said universities were particularly concerned.
The University of Wollongong in Australia has signalled its further global expansion with the acquisition of Malaysian higher education provider KDU.
And the UK-based University of Law has announced a branch campus in Hong Kong will open next year, its first overseas venture.
Switzerland headquartered agency chain ESL held its 3rd annual awards recently, recognising language schools across 9 categories and voted for by ESL clients and staff.
And Prodigy Finance has unveiled a new refinance loan product for international working graduates.
More on those stories on our website, as well as photos from the 100th Quality English Mission, London Nest's anniversary party, and an international house event in Berlin.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.